So hi guys, Jane Louise from Jane Louise Pet Grooming here. 1st of April 2020, and here we are in the midst of the coronavirus ravaging our world. I've taken a couple of weeks off work just to gauge where we're at in 2 weeks' time. Hopefully I can look after my clients that have stuck with me, and hopefully they can stay with me. But today I've got a special surprise. I want to introduce my little Cavoodle Molly, and Molly is 1.5 years old, and she's the whole reason why I got into grooming, because I knew Cavoodles needed grooming. I knew nothing about grooming, so I went and did a course at TAFE, and I got my certificate in pet grooming at Yallow TAFE, New South Wales. And here we are, 1.5 years later, and I've been grooming on my own in my van for the last 3 months. So with Miss Molly here, she's overgrown. She's got lots of furry hair everywhere, although I do love her actual long body hair. So with Molly, I'll get a big comb and just run it through her before I clip her, all over, just to make sure that she's got no knots, which she hasn't. I've just bathed her a day ago as well and conditioned her fur. So pretty much all her knots are out. But I'll just run the comb through too. Now, particularly with these dogs, under here, they get really knotty under their armpits, and up under their tummy in the hygiene area. They normally get a bit knotty as well. And the feet down near the pads, they tend to get knotty as well. So what I'm going to do is use a peach comb today, which is clipped onto a 10 blade, and that is a size 4. And that's just, I'm going to just do her head today because I quite like the length in her body, but it'll just take that buffy look out of Molly. So here we go. Just clip them on. There's a couple of little clips at the back there. We just clip that around the 10 blade at the bottom, and we just push, and that clips over the 10 blade, and away we go. So I'm going to start just getting a bit of the buff out from under her ears. And around her muzzle, I like to just trim that a bit. Across here, which trims all that muzzle hair away. Up here. And just flip the ear back and gently tidy that up there. Okay. Just blend it down to the neck. Okay. So between Molly's eyes, there's just a bit of hair starting to grow there. I don't want to take it down to the skin, but I do want to tidy that up. So what I'll do here is take off the peach blade and just leave the size 10 blade on. And I'll just slowly, carefully go between the little eyes. Okay. Okay, Mama. Okay. Okay. There you can see that's just taken enough of her between her eyes there, and just slightly down to the muzzle. I normally will bring it down with the Cavoodle just to sort of halfway and then blend it. These dogs are also renowned for having sleep in their eyes. Molly's not too bad, but you do have to get just a little thin comb and get rid of that sleep every day as well, because that builds up and it does get a funny smell about it. And just throw that in the bin, wipe it away. Okay, so now all I'm going to do is scissor around her ears. That's pretty much all the clipping I want to do with her today now. I just tidy it all up. So scissors. I'll probably just use the straight scissors. Get the smaller comb. I find this one quite handy for the littler dogs. It's a bit, the teeth are widely spaced here and not so widely spaced there. So making sure there's no knots on the head. And I bring that forward like that. Just section off a little bit and trim that visor off. Okay, sweetheart. Just section off a little bit more by using the comb. And then I just take those edges off there because they can stick out and look a bit funny on the cavoodle. You're such a good girl, Molly. Yeah, good girl. And then with this buffy part, what I do is comb that up into the middle. So she's got nearly a little mohawk in the middle. Good girl. And then I just take off whatever I think will suit her little face. And make sure we even that out with the front. It's nearly in a half moon we go. Good girl. And then her ears, I flip the ear back, and this section in here, careful not to touch the ear. Normally put your finger there to hold it down. Just grab that between the eye, the corner of the eye and the front of the ear. Give that a nice comb out. Good girl, darling. And then we just take off that excess there. And same with the other side. Flip the ear over. And then just tidy up the little bits that are looking a bit funny. With these dogs you can get that clumpy bit there near their eye. I just like to even that out by just holding that up and rounding that off. Same on the other side. Good girl. And then I usually get the thinning shears and just give that an all over, just a little trim. That thins it out and evens up any unevenness that you might have found. And the hair, when you flip the ear over, there's usually hair that'll stick up there, so just give that a little thinning shear off. And guys, this is just the way I do my cavoodle and other cavoodles. You might have a different way, and that's great, but today's just the way I do it with my dog. Scissor down the middle there a bit, so that just evens her little head out. And then she's got that cute little cavoodle face. So around here, that looks out of sorts now, so we tidy that up. And I'll pop my clip-on comb here, which is the peach, number 4. And I'll just blend. Just down there, just to take that little bit of fluff out so it doesn't look odd. There you go. Now for Molly's ears, I normally have her ears so they're the same length as her muzzle here. So you can see it needs about 1/2 inch off, and you can measure it sometimes by just pulling the ears over to the nose, and you can see to the nose there. Okay. You can see there needs probably about 1/2 inch taken off. So we'll trim the ears up too. Always just give them a little comb. Like that. And while you're here, always look in your dog's ears, and they are quite renowned to get ear infections. I'll just snip around there. Always hold the actual pinner or leather of the ear so you don't cut the ear, because if you cut the ear, it bleeds really badly. And we don't want to hurt the dog by accidentally cutting it, so just always be mindful when you are trimming, you've got hold of that leather. So that just takes the heaviness out of the ear and blends in with her throat hair. Okay. Good girl. And then I just usually hold the ears up and just make sure that they're even. And if I pull them to the nose now, they stop at the nose, which is the length I like them. So as a groomer, it's always good to get total clarification before you go cutting off ears shorter than the owner wants it. And we've all done that before. And there we have it. There's Miss Molly, who's a bit shy. She doesn't like looking at the camera. There's our Miss Molly, all blended and ready for the day. Take care, guys, and please stay well with this virus. And thanks for watching Jane Louise Pet Grooming.